How's it going, lads? My name is Bagels, and welcome to More Vast Era. Yeah, I'm doing more of this. I'm actually recording a bunch of videos, in tandem. No, I'm not in tandem. That'd be at the same time, one after another, and I'm gonna just upload them throughout the week or something. I don't know. I recorded two Your Turn to Die episodes yesterday, so last time, ArcJack fucking destroyed this giant fucking dragon thing, and we've cut over to this little lady. And I've played appropriate music. You've been sitting at your desk for a good while now, trying to calm your nerves and racing heart. Seems to have finally worked, somewhat. There have been many overwhelming social situations lately. You know all your friends have reasons for acting the way they did, but still, would it kill them to settle their differences in a more civil manner? That's not even taking into account what awaits your mates in but a few... Oh shoot, you're getting anxious again. How are you supposed to be? Ooh. Your name is Sovara Amelie, but you prefer to be called Sova. It is a moniker coined by your dear friends, after all. You cherish it deeply. Unlike that of your dear friends, however, your time within the larger social sphere of Reperton has been relatively short-lived. You attended school and had your think-pan duly filled with all of the standard knowledge through osmosis, like the rest of them, but due to a certain set of circumstances, you spent the majority of your life caged in a manner you don't care to speak of. Needless to say, you were left a little socially hindered, but your loving maid spirit has dedicated quite a lot of time to teaching you the ropes, and you appreciate her so. You can't grasp a lot of the lingo your clique tosses around on the reg quite yet, but that doesn't stop you from trying. You'll be in with all the references one day. The majority of your free time was spent reading, in an attempt to grasp what you could not experience for yourself. Your avid page-turning has given you profound knowledge of planetary history, and these days consider yourself a bit of a buff on the subject. You've also given poetry a try, but it tends to wax a little too complex for your tastes. You're never really good at overdressed figures of speech. You also have a vested interest in musical theatre. It is an art form that seems to understand you, if that makes sense. A security blanket, warm and comforting. You've also dabbled in playwriting, and you like to write roles with specific people in mind, yourself and your friends. We'll see a bit of that later. Very later. Like 1,000 pages later. You doubt any of them would enjoy what you've made, though. Probably. Besides, you're not ready to sing again just yet. You'll simply have to wait. They'll troll tag a sanguine allegory, and you tend to be a little too soft-spoken and meek in conversations. What will you do? Sova, find nearest Recupera-kun. You don't have one of those, sadly. Sopa is a luxury far too expensive for you to afford. Not without a corporate position in one of the strongholds, and your other passions don't bear enough monetary fruit to keep you afloat. Your loop supply tends to run pretty thin. If you didn't have any people in your life willing to offer a helping hand, you'd be quite destitute. The Riverton Corporation ceases standard financial aid after trolls reach 6 sweeps of age, and you never saw any funding in the first place due to your unique situation. The padded slumber mat makes for a decent enough substitute, though. Frankly, you're just glad to have anything to your name. Slumber mat. Sova, admire feathered friend. That's a very cute replica of your Lucis. Cooperi, also known as Coop, is a member of the Strix family, rare lucite valued to the unique properties of their feathers. Her plush toy was handcrafted by your good friend Laven, who knew that you probably wouldn't be able to sleep by yourself. She's far too big to fit into your tiny hive, and he made it for you. He was definitely right in that it makes your sudden bouts of anxiety and tension a little easier to handle. It's not the same as having some actual soap, but it's very good for hugging. Sova, examine historically inaccurate poster. It's Les Miserables. I don't actually know how to say it. Les Miserables. Something French, I think? I don't actually know. This is probably the most popular piece of musical theatre in the world. It tells the story of a group of trolls who were cast aside during the Renaissance, rising up against the so-called utopian society that hurt them. Their leader was a man once unknown who took great strides to be forgiven. Oh, okay. It ends with his death at the hands of those who struck him down in the first place. A sacrifice that resulted in equality for all the members of your species, no matter their blood colour. It is nowhere near what the real events must have been, but considering the lack of enduring information from the time period, you can excuse the inaccuracies. Plus, even if historical, it is fiction. Fiction breeds happy endings. Fiction gives hope to those who dare dream of a brighter future. You dreamed a dream in times gone by, and you still do. As much as you can. Sova, inspect novel. Oh, this one, your absolute favourites, even if you haven't actually read it yet. You're not one to turn your nose up at new literature, but you must admit that you're not the biggest fan of the art style. In your humble opinion, the young troll on the cover seems to be seems to have the makings of some sort of sociopath. That's just your special little theory. Regardless, it was a cottage warming gift from Sir Pays. She always means so well. Her and Laven took a lot of time to build this place for you back when you had nowhere else to go. Feel forever indebted to their kindness and care. So, read Table Scroll. As usual, your dear Maester has done you the favour of translating another entry in the ancient scroll collection to current text. You haven't been able to focus on reading it just yet, with all the recent tumultuous events and whatnot. These scrolls belong to one of the few known archivists from the Renaissance. She studiously recorded the plight struggles she faced during her life as a fugitive, in the company of some of the most important figures of time. Took them from their original owner after you... No, you don't want to think about that. Killed them? I don't actually know who the original owner was. Anyway, these are tales and memories of a woman who later came to be known as the Analyst. In her earlier life, she was held under forced labour and tossed around from owner to owner, exploiting her unique abilities and, well, you can sympathise with her. This is a neat thing that you have, really. What song is this? Oh. It seems to have a new message. Little distractions like these can be a gift when presented at the right time. You'll cherish it as you would cherish previous ones, as all your previous ones. So, check Scorp. Oh wow, it's a book. You turn your bibliophonic back on. It's a fantastic little tool that you use to get your hands on the latest book releases. If you feel like there are way too many shops to look into, it can be a little confusing sometimes. I wish online shopping was less overwhelming. Your Scorp famous Showgoer Scoops is your personal shout-out to an experience you're not sure will survive the modern age of mediocrity. You also kept a couple of your friends' memos around in the memo tab, just in case you need to check any of the information regarding this game you're supposed to be playing. Some Scorp themes let you keep memos on your friends list. That is very expectedly not a common feature. Because Scorp is a bad program, you don't even like using it. Because Scorp is a bad program, you don't even like using it. Alas, it's where everyone else is. Oh well. Speaking of, it was Pays who messaged you. You kind of hoped it was someone else if you're being entirely honest, but this is just fine too. More than fine, Ethan. You will never complain about getting to talk to your dear friend. Sova answers to Pays. It's fucking LCC Akira. Okay.
Silver! I'm here and I'm on a mission. By every bone in my body, I'm gonna talk to you by the power of those very bones. You're gonna like it. Forget game, forget the errors, and forget the reading. It's just me and you now. This will be one hell of a merry-based hootenanny. We'll reminisce together and you'll tell me how you've been doing. Also, did you get my pun? I hope it was pretty alright for such a short-notice jape. I didn't know, I'm sorry. It's like the sound of your looses mates. Hoot-hoo. Oh, I don't know if you describe it as more in the realm of, say, ha-ka. Because it's easier to identify once you've been around her for a while, and she likes you a little more. Put in the effort, though. Hold 2 seconds worth. Definitely my best in a while. Hey! Hello.
Ovu. Oh, I love Sova. She's cute. Platonic, obviously. Well, not even platonic, just like... Not even... I wouldn't even say romantic or platonic, because... You know, it's not like I know these characters.
So I need to catch up, right? With everything going on, I thought to myself, why not just take the initiative that I left there on the ground, hurdle it close to my chest, and then bring it back up?
Pardon me. Jesus.
I will nurture it as if it were my very own easy-bait osmosis taught offspring. Made from the genetic tapestry of my desire to keep in contact with you. That sounds like a complex series of events. I also would do us better to actually converse instead of talk about the possibility of talking. What are you, some kind of story critic? Perhaps. Everything I just said has so much narrative value, though. I'm moving this proverbial plot forward full steam ahead.
A lot to say of dialogue structure. Perhaps more than even the most pish-posh of callous internet dwellers. For those who feed on harsh and mean-spirited, spicy memes that are only epic in the context of hostile virtual environment, there's nothing more epic than learning.
I'm feeling like an exceptional teacher if you never said anything like that what you just said ever again. Rude. I'm trying my best. You should have confident in your literary and writerly skills. Why don't you tell me how you're doing? To wait for my dumb ass to RSVP to tonight's Eula passing dinner event. I would love to. I'm not very good at leading conversations.
You and me both.
I can ask you some questions as a Kickstarter. That'll solve some problems, I think. Thank you. Let's give this fastball special moving at top speed then. Time for the big question starting now. Do you find that we've managed to snag the 1, or the 2, maybe even the 3?
Goodness gracious.
If this means what I think it means, then it's about as big as you could have gone. So, don't try to change the subject.
Alright. Just the 1, yes. It took me such a long time to say anything. I think she did most of the talking for me, as if I'm being honest. Not that I mind. It was sort of a relief if I was so nervous.
Look at you, Miss Amelie. Please tell me I know her. I must consult my trusty crystal ball so I can tell how worthy fate deems this gal to be for my dear precious friend. I'll give you a hint. She makes me see stars.
The owl face.
I knew it! It's been like peas in a pod ever since we took you in. I knew the waiting game would end this at some point.
It's all still pretty new, though. We've tried to take things slowly. It's almost textbook in some ways. Before we ask the second big question that I know is on your mind, no, we have not fully committed to our quadrant as of yet. I don't think we will anytime soon. But it still is very nice as it is. I'm so happy.
I'll bet. Sounds conventional is better. Better, dude. Pretty much everything you should avoid being like me.
She's been pretty busy tonight, though. For reasons that are obvious. Since I'm also busy at the moment, I'm sitting through the scrolls trying to find those codes Elsie mentioned in her memo. Albion has been translating them for me every so often, but I'm sure that I would have remembered stumbling into something like this.
It's not like she needs to take a couple pages out of your finely tuned playbook.
In what regard?
The regard of you being a total angel.
Oh. She didn't like that. What?
An angel! That's the somebody who decides to linger out in our crusty old planet so we can help out those in need. Like all the old stories. I'm sure you know the ones. Because I don't know what Albion would do without you at this point. Little me, for that matter.
Yes, that is great. I'd love to little catch-up time together. But I actually think I need to go now.
Aw, do you have to? Everything's fine, you know. Those dirty doubts mean you're ruminating on unnecessary downers. I just know it. I know you still do that this often. Even if you managed to get away and live the life you wanted. You're okay, aren't you?
I'm just fine. We can talk more later, I promise. But I really have to go.
I don't think you do. Silver. Really need to learn how to let go of the past sometimes, you know? You can't keep mulling over this forever and ever.
I know what it was like this time, and I'm sorry if it was me. Whatever's going on with me right now will pass too. No reason being upset about what you can't change. Oh, what day is this? What song is this? Oh, this one.
Just move on and stop fussing. That's the best thing anyone could do. Which it might actually be a good time on my end anyways. There's something loud outside. I think going apeshit. This is so weird. I'm getting kind of worried. So at least now I'm feeling the same as you are. We'll try getting over whatever's going on, okay? I'll always be there for you if you need, just like we promised. If it ever happened in the first place, before you know it, I bet.
Uh-oh. Sing, my angel of music. You wouldn't want to disappoint everyone, would you? No. You're not going to let him get to you, not again. You just need to distract yourself. Ah, perfect. There's the latest scroll your mate spirits translated for you. Certain it will quell your thoughts with artful, impassioned words. There's something better than impassioned words to keep your memories at bay. Please have impassioned words. So, for read impassioned translation. A rare evening of respite and a sweet spent living from Bindles. It is a valued one indeed, one spent amongst friends. Ooh, it's her ancestor. May the danger yet loom, may our days run thin like the seam in a coat too long tested by the winter's snarl. Ooh, it's Laven's ancestor. On nights such as these, our hands warmed by the fire as tonight's hunt crackles in the spit. Sparks suffuse the air like low-hanging stars. Nights like these, surrounded by friends, our voices rose alike as if to say, let them come. Oh, it's the forgiven. The Jägerman turned his catch, a leaf mammal doe who had less luck than his skill, over the fire. The limeblood passed me her wineskin, and I drank for the joy of freedom. Her chosen set up in the night sky, still as lost as he was found. Much time passed without a word, and we were all content to drink it in for a time, let the warmth of the fire burn both before us and the wine in our bellies. I turned, though, to the Vivifier, perhaps inspired by Aqua Forti, to request... oh, that's drunk, basically. To request another tale from this figure of legend that sat unreasonably humble before me. She looked less like a god and more like a dark-eyed luxuriant, which was no detriment to the amount of attention she commanded. She gave in to my whims and told a story from a time when our kind had only yet treaded lightly upon this mortal splendour, and the greatest mountains had not yet been worn down to hills by heavy footfalls and heavier souls. Just something I'm going to quickly, mention, just casually. This guy, there's a character with horns like that in a painting in Calder's thing. I think this figure might be a fuchsia blood. I don't know. The young king made the habit of walking amongst the people of his village so as to learn each subject personally. Every night upon the king's walks, he would see a frail old woman tending to the same persimmon tree. On many nights of this, he decided to finally break silence and inquire about her craft. Must love the fruit a great deal to spend so many hours ensuring the tree comes to bear, the king opined to the elder troll. The woman held out her palm to offer the great king a fruit from the tree. She smiled as he took a bite of the delighted and rich flavour, most succulent fruit he had tasted in his kingdom. I have not eaten a persimmon since I was but a hatchling, the old woman told the king. My palate cannot tolerate them like it used to. The king was taken aback by such a strange insight. Why for should she raise a tree of no use to her taste with such commitment? This tree belonged to my reddened beloved, O great king, said the peasant woman. She'd smile whenever she tasted the fruit. I would let her grow and see the smile of enjoyment upon the face of this one sampling its taste. I see a spark of her, and she yet lives on within me. The king was so moved by this troubled tale of pity that he ensured the woman that this life and this love would be maintained in perpetuity. He was a truth-teller, and the tree was protected by his court evermore, and his new orc was planting all from seeds born from that love. This one's a bit... Bard! The Vivifier, voice clear but soft, told me that all persimmons on our world today come from those seeds. The story sat warmly in the air, with blazing cinders rising towards the monochromatic sky. I believe there are many capacities in which we are all allowed to be loved. It's the first time I realize I am feeling that love. Wait. I keep thinking, does she like the Forgiven? Because these two are mate sprits, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's, pale? I don't have a clue. We sustained ourselves with a meagre meal and a feast of friendship. Of all life's labours, none sustain the spirit greater than an act of simple devotion. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Uh-oh. I just casually... For once, reading did nothing to quell the anxiety sinking into your bones. You feel your blood pressure quaking with a roar that seems to shake your meagre abode to its core. Wait. What could be making such a racket out there? The section of woodland is hardly ever tread upon, and there haven't been any bomb drops in hundreds of sweeps. Don't be falling for that one again. Maybe Kupuri finally came back. You could really use someone who knows what to do right now, and Lucy always do, and it's in their nature. Oh, just a nice, warm, friendly hug waiting to happen. What the frick? What is that? Oh, you don't know if you can hug that. Murrit, enter. You're trying to. All in all, it's been a long fucking process and a series of ridiculous events that have now been cut short. Murrit, seek guidance. Your guidance is dead. 20 minutes ago he was fine and dandy, but it seems that the only Neo-Macrodon left in existence decided that now it was the perfect moment to go extinct. Kapoot, just like that. You say you feel a deep sense of parental loss, but the bond you shared with your losers never ran particularly deep. He came to you already frail and wounded, and the old coot just loved nothing but lays around as you try to feed him coconut juice for a straw. He just kind of stopped after a while. I think the chemicals in the water may have turned his brain into mush. Rip in peace. Back when the beasties were thriving, your losers' species used to be a major threat to the Skull Titans. Maybe that's why fate keeps jerking you around lately. Relations between you and Open Face are irreconcilable by nature, even in unrelated moments like this. Of course, that's not how fate works. The truth is that you're too reckless, plain and simple. Now the clock fights against you, a dilemma of your own making. Things were different. Perhaps you could have melted the surrounding ice log, broken the hourglass in a grand metaphor. But you don't have any time left. You've wasted it all. The rogue of mind has lost his patience. He shouts, desperate, fear and anger at a reviled setup. There are more than a few punches you'd be pulling here, but your carefully maintained facade is close to breaking. That can't happen. And so you slow cook yourself in a stew made of your own shortcomings, paralysed and heated by the fire of your first uncalculated failure in sweeps. You've always been shit at handling that. But a thief is lacking in their aspect. They take it from others. And don't question why they have done so. Instead they press forward. And never look back. Even if they should. Oh God! It's Weird Al! Oh no! Oh, it's him again. We're going to be seeing these a lot more later on, trust me, these are very important. Excellent use of time, sir. Yes, sir. This is the life. Oh, so he used it. Okay, I didn't understand that last time I read it. Well then, I will leave you to collect the rest of what's needed. Allow me to ensure the other archetypes are better prepared. Be the weird alchemist. Badum-tsh. Oh? What is this now? Oh? Oh my god, guys, it's Seshro movie! It's Seshro movie! If you've listened to me, if you listen to me read Snowbound Blood, you'll definitely know who these two are. I believe this is the first time they're appearing in comic, actually. Yeah. But we know who these are very well. Certainly you cannot be the Wig Alchemist. I shall have to look into this later. You can, however, be the corporate heir. This stronghold was built by bare hands of your bloodline. It was designed to keep the populace from corruption and from pain. But your species swims in its currents still. It has for a long time. It's clear to you that this inheritance will only serve to pull you all under. Soon the burden will be yours and you don't know how to stop it. I'll be on Connected Isthmus. Hey there, cowboy. It's me. Same as I have always been. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. This is our time to shine. Caught up on the earlier chats to ensure I'm up to speed on critical information, special codes and the like. Run it down so I'm closer to the entrance. Send our next after you. Feel no need to reply to any of this. I'm not exactly chatty at the moment. Haha. Wow, I guess the claims were true. You are alive and well. Is that just a bunch of an emotional stiff? Fuck. I'm so sorry about what happened earlier. Could we pretend that it didn't? We've already had this song. What? This one. No. I thought we agreed to drop the youngster code names you gave us a long-ass time ago. Because, and I quote, we are far past that point. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have such an agreement in writing? If so, is it notarized? Purged in at least triplicate? Otherwise, I could fine you for fraud. It's like a private regulator on you. For a much larger sum than you could possibly pay. It'd be far stupider than the prior arrangement. But I'll do it nonetheless, as a point of pride. How long have I been recording right now? Only 24 minutes? Wow. We're getting pretty far, actually. We're actually just like around just over halfway through the comic right now. But yeah, we've got a lot to get through. Well, if we're on the topic of disagreeing on things. Stop disagreeing with your decision. Don't tell me what the fuck happened with you. I'll let you get away with that a lot, but this is not one of those times. Can I simply yearn for a past sense of nostalgia? Some other time, star child. I don't think I enjoy being called that anymore. Oh, so it's okay if you do it, but not okay if I do? My promise is not about that. I don't think you would be able to understand. I don't think anyone could. I still like to try. After that whole fiasco, the last thing I want is for something to be left unsaid. You don't have to worry about that, because we are now officially linked. Oh, I've never seen you without the face napkin before. Sorry if you're not a fan of the invasion of privacy. Ugh, too beat up to feel self-conscious about it. Actually, hang on. Hey, what part of you're not getting out of this did you not compute? Get the lush out of your reverb chasms. No, I mean, I'm getting some messages. Well, I'm in critical condition and you don't hear me complaining about it. Are you? Why? What happened? I give you exactly 3 guesses. The first clue is Byzantine motherfucker. Oh, I should have guessed it. Seriously, hold on though. Fine, but make it quick. This bit. Macabre exit began trolling WH quantified. Yes. What? Okay. I uploaded this panel to r/h. The letter H. I uploaded. It was so funny. Macabre exit began a call with WH quantified. Hello? Hello, Albion. Do me the favour of excusing whatever gibberish my assistant may have typed. He is still learning. But can you tell him thank you for me, please? My hands are full and he learns best through positive reinforcement. Thank you, Rogie. I'm on a bit of a tight schedule. What do you need me for? Simply wondering if you have any of those texts on increasing rate of entropy that I lent you. Oshus, the schedule. It remains tight. Uh-oh. You can take pictures if you must. I just need to make sure any reference compendium is complete before I leave. What do you plan to do here? Isn't a clash after the White Moon? I don't expect to keep all these papers, do you? I have to try. So much time and effort spent on my research. Is it not reasonable to leave it all behind? Is all I have keeping aloft as my smoggy winds of change swirl around us. Besides, what if it doesn't go to plan? What if the plan still needs it? There's absolutely no proof that this is really the end. We have at least a few decades left until we cross that event horizon. Perhaps even longer if I can... So what I have to say about this line of thinking, I'll have to ask you for a far more important question. Does Elsie know how you feel? The person you should talk to is her. First because she's your mate spirit. Second because I don't know where those texts are. Pardon me. I don't want to bother her with my trifles. She has so many problems of her own that it may be plain exhausting to go from anguish to anguish like that. So as our bonds is, there's something to be said about a measure of personal space. There is something to be said about too much of it, which you are known to give. Don't even come to me unless you need something. I want me to pass along a message. Albion, I have not felt a single pang of pain, no lack of will or energy. I'm experiencing no withdrawal other than the one from my life's work. If my love have any grievances, I am more than certain that she will tell me so. This is not suitable music for this moment, I don't think. This one might be suitable, actually. Kind of. I don't also appreciate the insinuation that I do not care about those I hold dear to me, including yourself. This is simply my job. It's how I earn my living. No research progress means no grants from corporate. Which leaves you destitute, with no purpose and no chance to make this a reality. This is all I have. If that is the case, maybe you should reconsider your priorities. Excuse me. Saying to you that you're more than your work. You should realize that. There's also stress, which feels like the millionth time. The supplying of aid is not part of our arrangement. But I need to go. Maybe talk to Sova if you need a friend. She'll probably handle this topic better, much more so than me. Fine, I'll concede that much, but I'd like to continue the conversation later, time willing. It might do me some good. Also, if you've got a second... Yes, the text, I've got it. Thank you for talking to me. Rogie, end communications. Camera exit and call with damage quantified. Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go solve some problems. As I'm known to do sometimes. It's kind of my thing. You know, I don't think you're very good at that. You don't? I used to think you were. Most of the problems we have can be solved with sage advice and lilac-scented aromatherapy. You said FF to me for help for that one time, though. I turned to you because I trust you, because I knew you'd calm her down. I was not trying to help her through her problems. She's still an anxious wreck like no other troll I've ever met. It's kind of like these scars I have. Which they don't hurt past a certain point, but they're always there. Still hate having to look at them and remember where they came from. You don't solve anyone's problems, make people feel better. And that isn't a bad thing. It's helped me out a lot. So I'd really like to be able to return the favor. Otherwise, how uneven we are in moral support. I mean, the moral support department is going to eat at me forever. Do you want me to suffer, Albion? I'll try my best to think about it. Regardless, we can't do that now. We need to get started. She's kind of like a counselor. She doesn't help you directly. She kind of just makes you feel better and gives you ways to help yourself. That's what a counselor does. You're trying to divert me from my morals. If I can actually relax around you, doesn't give me give you a free pass to reach behind my back and snag my determination away. If I force to tell you later, will you let me call you Cowboy again? Well? Fine. I knew you would see it my way. Are you ready to dismiss? No, but let's pretend I am. Could you do me one more favor, though? Find under a bandana for me. My armor's broken. So, Paige, check in with Albion. Uh-oh. Father like it's Biantrol and Demiurge couldn't find. Hey there, Albion. Sorry if I'm shooting me to respond with a pep in my step, but my peps have stepped on rather than the other way around. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. This can't be good.
How are we doing okay, though? After a call when you'll have a chance to read this, since I think you and Dismas are in the middle of game stuff right now. Anyways, I might run a little bit late to the party.
Uh-oh.
Soon going outside, and Lefty was screaming up a storm earlier. Don't really think much of it, but now I'm too worried not to check. I'm not sure if Sophie told you this was happening or not in the rest of the conversation. She's not doing so hot right now, no idea why. I think we still have a while, but I just want to let you know. Talk to you again soon. I'll do more often in general. Bye!
Space, find out what all the commotion is about. You reclasp your hard hat and zip out as fast as you can. Hopefully nothing else will decide to get in your way. Fuck.
Good evening again, Miss Hililo. May I come in?
Uh-oh. Wow. I can't believe a fellow jokester would fall for that. The projection and misdirection routine is just about the oldest trick in the book. Granted, my disposition toward it is rather natural. Still, you gave me the perfect segue to casually show up on your couch once you turned your back, granting me comedic dominance over this situation. A classic mistake. You should know, even the rules of comedy are rules like any other. Get out! No. I don't think you fully realize the position you're in, Miss Hililo.
You said you wouldn't contact me again, you creep!
Oh. But I never said I wouldn't see you again now, did I? Don't worry, this is not a simple courtesy call. I've come for an important reason, although it has been much too long. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance. Suppose remake his acquaintance. Oh. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna give you 10 nails to leave my fucking hive, and I'm already at 3.
You know, there's a lot to be said about the idea of pain. These nails, for instance, they hurt quite a lot if you can believe it. But try as I might to remedy this by pulling them out, it accomplishes nothing. My actions only serve to cause me more pain. The ache doesn't stop, if you have to be unrooted a single cause. Who can say with certainty that it will repeat itself again and again? You told me there's 7 more nails waiting for me if I refuse to leave. Each one will be equally as painful as the last 3, if not more so after all. I've been inflicted with fresh wounds. No pain on itself folds itself over old pain, until it coalesces into a hulking mass of agony. But here's the catch. All that in excess, the very idea of pain, no matter the cause, becomes simply meaningless. Uh-oh. I don't expect you to know what I'm talking about yet. And don't worry, I'm not allowed to hurt you in return. No, you're not meant for such minor tragedy. What you're needed for, Miss Hililo, is something far greater. I must say, it's a little disappointing that you are in need of help like the rest of the miners' corpses to populate this wretch of a planet. Plus, you and your friends have shown us that even the most special of individuals require a helping hand from time to time. Oh, please. Will you settle down? Like it or not, you need us. And just as well, we need something from you before we can move forward with our statement. It's all about give and take, you see. Consider this a mutually beneficial arrangement. But a smiling face and 1,000 for the glorious finale not enough for you to understand what's at stake. Ah, well, I suppose not. Oh no. You need to learn when to lie down and play the part you're meant for, comic relief.
Methinks guess your definition of helping is a little bit askew. If I had a proper review site to rate your service, I would give you a negative 12 stars. Nobody in their right mind will get you to help them ever again. You'll be bankrupt and shunned for the helper business forever. What do you mean by mutually beneficial?
I meant exactly what I said. Pretty straightforward, no?
You're not benefiting me in any way. Give me a raw deal. Maybe the rawest deal of the Centenalia.
Pardon me.
I don't know what you want from me either. The exchange has no set parameters. And also, you suck.
Alright. Let me just lay it on the line for you then. You have something that I want. And I'm offering you and your group of friends something that you need.
A tacky set of robes and a barely disguised sense of inadequacy?
That's what's almost funny, Miss Leela. Practice makes perfect. But no, assimilating you isn't our end goal here. You have very important places to be, don't you?
How do you know?
Why, it had been etched into this world from the very start. Most are unable to see it, but it's a simple fact that some roles are more significant than others. And you just happen to be one of the lucky few. For your actions in his influence, we will be a society reborn. Free from the aforementioned pain that life brings, celebrating through laughter and pleasure until the bittersweet end. In order to make that a reality, we require your cooperation.
Well, tough shit, Etta loser.
You may not have picked up on it, so just in case it wasn't clear as twin sun day already, I could be nowhere near the realm of giving a solitary fuck about anything you had to say. I figured you and the others may feel that way, but we're quite adept at preparing for possible future scenarios. It took us quite a while to get everything under our control, I admit, but I believe the what I'm about to show you will speak for itself. Really, you should be thanking us. Not a single one of you seems to have entered without some sort of issue so far. We only have something to make your transition into the medium even smoother. You're welcome, by the way. So, without further ado, allow me to show you what I mean. Edelon, show her what you mean. Oh no. Jesus Christ. Oh! Impressive, isn't it? We didn't have to worry about a cover-up story when we opened a gateway to the abyss. What's the benefit to unearthing lost knowledge? Now we believed it was real, much less it could be done. Even Hogan himself was scrubbed clean of his crimes as far as corporate record is concerned. I don't mean to brag, but we really outdid ourselves. All for your sake, for everyone's sake. The Abyss. I think it used to be called the Horrorcore Dimension, and maybe they just changed it. Uh-oh. That looks like Moritz Lucis. Not to say there were no historical precedents for the opening of such a rift. Should they've been tampered with in the past? During the Renaissance, I believe, some rather unsavory critters of the Roma world were originally let loose back then. Parasites from the waste are one such creature, but not why I'm here. I'll be setting the bar pretty low. No, I'm looking to grab something much bigger. Something that's fully integrated itself into our culture. Something that's familiar to you, yet unknown. Something that we left behind. No! You're not allowed to use that pun! Too late, I'm afraid. It actually took me about 4 reads to understand the pun. He's talking about Lefty. This was panic for like the 5th time tonight. Great, cool, nice. Thanks for bumping into my arm with a giant pointer again. Totally not painful at all. You've broken into at least 9 different places, by my count. I'm great at math, did you know? This music is not suitable. What the fuck is that art? Where is his eyebrows? Maybe this. It's also feeling lightly gravel-like, which is a healthy consistency for an arm to have. What a bait of a throw type just to make it perfect. I heard it's good luck. You need to relax. I got everything wrapped up. But you're telling me to relax. Can't read your messages, but I just know you're trying to slide me down your spiritual light river. Newsflash, I've already been down 1 tonight, just in case you forgot about that. Okay, this is not doing it for me. Not this one either. No offense or anything, but Just doesn't really fit with the situation at hand, doesn't it? Oh no, I don't like seeing that track art. Newsflash, I've already been there once tonight. Just in case you forgot about that. Because I'm telling you to relax. Because you very much need to relax. You're rambling right now. Fuck, I'm rambling right now. You sure you can't read these? I think I got the dumbass disease that's been making rounds today. I should have a better grip on what the fresh fuck I'm doing. And yet, I sure don't. Okay, you can't, that's good. How about that chill pill, though? Couldn't Lorraine's handy-dandy magic guidebook have been written plain text instead of YSS all-knowing riddles? With the Baron meets the Bloom? Like, what the hell means the does that... where the hell means the does that mean? Well, the thing that blooms around here is the butcher link sprouts, and they're not even in season. We set the whole place upside down, and I'm about to start tearing my floorboards off. Standing outside, and I have no idea what to do. Game fucking over, I guess. Is that it then? You get roughed up, try to have a vicious uphill battle, and let's put it at the top. It's not the troll I once met. Because I'm sure I don't sound the same either. But we've all changed today. So I have to sit here and wait for it to end, for the end of the world. I think it'd play out like this, but oh well. So making my goddamn phone book, working my goddamn phone book took up more time than it was worth, on top of having to deal with my aching, pathetic, rawhide husk of a body. Misery will bite me in the ass eventually. There's every way around that. Maybe there is. I just haven't thought of it yet. An emulation fairy will grant me a single wish if I think hard enough about not wanting to die. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe after all, maybe all the beings I've endured will score me this one favor. I never get any of those. Well, I did just do you one a little bit ago. This must score a favor. Oh. Uh-oh. Albion, I don't have a sharp object in range, so you need to poke whoever the fuck this is, really fast, really hard until they die. I'm supposed to be a pacifist. Maybe after taking a good look at them, and considering your suggestion, I feel strongly inclined to agree to your terms. Weird Al, the Suede. Let's turn my volume down. You make sure to let Edgy know that if he tries anything, you'll sue him for moral damages. What are you, some sort of criminal? What, are you some sort of criminal just because you died a little break-in entering through space, time and space? That's not a good Weird Al voice at all. Besides, he's gonna want to put this inside his misshapen jaw. And eat it! This must chew the scenery. That is literally, like, see-through. He just cut through the narrative. You know, I'm just gonna come out and say it. That was impressive. And please never do that or I might scream myself raw kind of way. Don't encourage them. I'll be on struggle. Oh god. These monsters have been crowding you ever since you finished working with Dismas. A nerve. You're bothering him earlier too. You must certain that you're going after all your friends, and that you might have something to do with that weird man from before. Try to channel your anger as your ancestors stress that you should. No matter how much you scream or hit them with your energy projections, they remain unflinching and fearless. We've managed to kill one of their grunts, but they don't seem to feel any pain. Your situation feels hopeless. But Suppose, connect to Albion. I've properly explained our objectives. I'm afraid I can't let you interfere. I do apologize for stealing your thunder, but it's the way it has to be. It's a very delicate situation we find ourselves in. No need to worry though. I have everything taken care of. Albion responds to Space. Space, are you there? Could you see me? Get me out of here. Well, that entirely depends on you. Will you behave? You're not Space. She never speaks as eloquently. Uses capital letters. Or such a drab font. How rude. Well, it's just indicative of my beliefs as her quirk is. Very perceptive, however. I expect nothing less from you, Seer. I see you're running trend lately. What did you do to her? Same thing I'm going to do for you, of course. Make it just a little easy for all involved parties. See, the others have already made a stellar first impression. Don't worry, they're not going to hurt you. What are you here for? Something to judgmental, but They don't look very friendly. Pardon me. Didn't I just say, Miss Shukra? They're here to help you. Of course. Why don't you save the act? It's what you were really after. Because there are much better ways to help people. How do you even know me? I have my connections and a very talented teacher. A better question might be, how I wouldn't know of you by now. I've waiting all my life to meet you. If you're trying to imply that our souls resonate, I will not hesitate to wring your skull from your neck. That's not what that used to say. Pardon me, bad phrasing. Sure, that was not an advance. Just a bit of innocent excitement at seeing everything come together as planned. Regardless, I'm no longer available. You have nothing to fear. You have to excuse the skepticism, but your reassurance on my current experience just seems to be expanded apart. Really? I was under the impression that we both felt similarly. Uh-oh. From my understanding, you seek to salvage this planet, to save its inhabitants. Very ambitious of you, but befitting of your upbringing. I just want to free this world of its burdens, in my own way. That's why I'm going through all this trouble for you. There is no saving it. Yours is a fool's errand. You should not know the same if you are so well informed. But you should not know the same. I'm well aware of what I should believe in. Are you? Tell me what is shaking your faith. I saw it with my own eyes. What shall happen in front of me? Or destruction and pain and misery? But you simply don't realize what it is you've seen then. Because if you did, you would know that you were right before. You've not fallen such a clear ploy, orchestrated by an incompetent meddler to keep your head from the game. Speaking of, it's showtime. This was an Albion. Enter. Oh god. Skull Titan's still looking around. So they're trying to help them get in. Oh, what's happening here? I actually know what's happening here, but it doesn't explain it in the comic at all. This is that doing of Dismas's Denizen. Dismas Denizen has took control of his Lucis. Oh god, that's... Uh-oh. What the fuck is Albion doing? Oh, what? That's Caparia in the background. That's Caparia. Oh, jeez. Wow. Weird Al just fucking destroyed his losers. Jesus! He is not happy about that. He wanted to kill him himself. Probably. He just kicked him in. I'm going to just run straight ahead. Dream Albion Awaken. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're here. So part of you finally cracks her tired eyes open, coming to the moon on Prospect. Oh. If you don't know what's happening here, it's another thing from Homestuck. It might be a bit confusing to explain. Basically, alright, just to put it in simple terms, they have like their own selves and their dream selves. The dream selves exist on the planets Prospect and Durs. She's on Prospect, and the purple one, which we have seen before, is Durs. That's what Murray was on. Alright, that's about as much as I can explain. There's something indescribable about the feeling you get as you stretch and look around the room. The air is warm and inviting, like the perfect temperature on a new sweep's first solstice. Secure like a gentle caress during a cold night. Like a first tailored blanket, sewn together with love in between its stitches. Supple lingers on your skin, a fuzzy sensation that tingles across your nerves right down to your soul. Dream Albion, explore your surroundings. The dreamlike cocoon that envelops you doesn't let up. You use your brace against the window and gaze outside. Words dance through your mind. Thoughts too formless to grasp. Slowing through your fingers. Everything is hazy, but familiar and comforting all the same. It feels like you haven't been here in a long time. Yep. No. Oh? It has been a long time. Way too long. No. You're flying. You're in the mistus. Dream Laven, greet your friend. He's not speaking with his quirk. None of them are speaking with their quirk. Huh. Well, hey there. I gotta be honest, I didn't expect you to be up this soon. It's like you need to learn the expected more often than you do. I've been working on it. Working hard or hardly working. I'm going to say both. Hi, Albion. Hello, Laven. How do you two object? You're supposed to say something nice back to the lady, man. This guy tries his best to get it on everyone's wrong side, I swear. I'm sure he managed to get up before you. He's so busy bustling in his own chops and slipping on his tears, he can't even notice how when two adult trolls are in front of him having a nice friendly conversation. So I had to take one for the team and teach him some proper etiquette. I'm sure I'm the only one who can. Oh, so you want to talk etiquette, huh? We're going to start off with an appetizer. It's gourmet prepackaged 5-letter shit dip that tastes just like your smarmy interpretation of the word. Spoiling me out on a makeshift paper mat does not count as decorum, by the way. If you're sorry how you used to be before, you'd understand. How in the fuck did you expect me to read all of that? There are sweeps of material, a grand majority of the ones you made me look at just to talk about how good you are at buying the papers. Well, like I said, it wasn't really my choice. And like I said, I don't believe your short-mouthed attempt to cover up your borderline fetishistic affinity for the newsprint. Dare I remind you that I found your canine behind hanging out of my tower window, unconscious, pretty compromising position for someone to be in. So you're someone who claims to be so quote-unquote in the known of this place. What do you mean by not your choice? It's exactly the kind of choice you would make. Don't you have it in you to pull a fast one or anybody, Laven? Sorry to say. No offense taken. I'll have to tell you, Archie didn't say hi back to you, so you're gonna have to suffer for his crimes. Archie, you're ruining this for me. This might be a lesson in etiquette and a lesson in hospitality. Would you like me to teach you the latter? It only cost you a mere greeting. You would gain my eternal gratitude as a bonus. Would you like me to teach you how to deal with my digestion pull, also your rotten sweet dog is giving me? Depends on what I would gain from such another. My eternal gratitude. Oh. Don't mind the aesthetic attitude, it's just a him thing. Let it pass through you. Anyways, we can save the greetings for later. You need to be caught up to speed on what's happening here. Oh god, my fucking head hurts just thinking about this nonsense. I get a recap of what you've gone over thus far. Yeah, of course. First things first, you're on a moon called Prospect. It's a pretty nice place. As for start white and start black chitinous characters that meander and basically do their own thing. Most of them are staring at you a whole bunch. Unrelentingly so. But that means they like you, so don't worry. What's leading to you telling me about the window thing? Pretty eager to hear all about that. Like I said, that wasn't me exactly. It was more like the other me. Sorry to interrupt again, I promise I'm listening. Is he supposed to keep doing that? Or is that a him thing? I honestly don't know. He won't tell me why it's happening. Well, it makes his head hurt. Don't respond, just keep looking forward and they will stop talking to you. Let's just tie back in around to the major crux of this conversation, though. Might come as a bit of a shock to you, so if you don't want to be completely rocky royal, just say the word. Well, if I go to get the while I stay here, I know about it with parameters would be beneficial. To an extent, we don't really have any. Why not? Because they're not real. Not real? Doesn't feel worth-rocking exactly. Just off-putting. Because I feel very real at the moment. I'm really here with you guys. I'm really flying over these golden towers. I feel that I'm very happy that I'm awake. How can that not be real? You're taking it way too logic-like. Firstly, I like to see it more of an optimistic perspective.
Is there an optimistic way to not exist? I think you're focused on the not-existing part. It's kind of an oversimplification on my end. It's kind of annoying to hear you explain this again on my end. Do you want to talk or not? You have to pick one, dude. Well, if I'm not real, then I guess I'm not bound by the concept of arbitrary choices, am I? You hear that? The sound of your philosophy lecture being burned to a tender crisp in my fireplace for garbage ideologies. Checkmate, gods. You are so much. Anyway, what I'm saying is, it's not like they're an extension of reality. Whose reality? Our own. Okay, so it's going to explain it for me. So we are someone else. Kind of, but not really. He's getting stabbed, he doesn't care. There's other versions of us out there in this big empty space beyond our moon, where they will be seen enough. Here to fulfill a duty that will be extremely taxing on both their minds and bodies. We give them a break from that. Huh. We're us and they're them. We're also them at the same time. And they're us too, but like in a different way. Not quite sure I follow. I doubt there's a way to do that. Okay, good examples, good examples. What's a good example? Alright. Think about a mirror. Now when you look into a mirror and check yourself out, and sometimes you think, wow, I wish I was someone better than I am. I not because I just woke up, but continue. Well, we're the better someones on the other side of the mirror. Rejections of who those folks want to be. Sort of like an idealized extension of who they are deep down. He also said that we're basically moon freeloaders who can do whatever we want. We can't die because we really look like bozos flying around with our faces are still alive. Especially ridiculous situations we might face will swiftly be countered by magic. No consequences and no masters, just fun for the whole family. Which sounds fake as hell. I'm sure my true self would agree with me on this. Yeah, your cantankerous attitude is probably some odd exception to the rule. When your guy comes into the session, you can find out what's wrong. You say it like the answer has not already been spit shine as clear as the ice searing yellow soup we are funning over. So, how do you know all this? Because of the other you in the hypothetical mirror? Yeah, you got it. He knows a lot about this place, how it works and why it works the way it does, because he's able to get here a lot earlier than the others. So I've been up and about way longer than you two as well. To really absorb everything, but I feel pretty lucky that I'm the one getting all the insider information. Why is your real self then? Maybe ask him to give us the whole scoop. What time is it? I'll be finishing up soon. It's more complicated than that. We communicate with each other when the true self goes to sleep. It's not actually communicating per se, like you take a backseat inside your own brain. We exist so they can learn certain things. We learn stuff from them too, kind of like weird shared osmosis. In relation to my preschool stuff. Like, my true self has some sort of lung problem that he thinks holds him back. He's already got some mad secret self-esteem issues. But he's scared of being himself because he thinks he's too average and boring. That's literally me. I don't get it. I think he's pretty cool. It took me a long time to even get this basic stuff down. It's like a vague feeling up until the moment when you put the pieces together, like a weird cross-connected mind puzzle. It gives you an idea of what you should be doing, and vice versa. What I should be doing is giving you guys information and making sure that things are okay. I'll probably get something very different. Depends on them. Sums up a lot of hypothetical doors and hypothetical mirrors. If my true self is nice, or cool, maybe even popular. If I'm my ideal self, what does that say about me? I'm not some silly garbage compared to her. If I can measure up, but she's perfect. That's literally the opposite of what I just told you. If it makes you feel better, I'm sure she's not. That does make me feel better, Chief. Thank you. Just following through. I'm thinking way too hard about this. Point is, we're here now. Worry about the real you whenever she comes around.
8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3.
I think I need to be selfish for a sec and give you two the grand tour. There's a lot to see in it. I just excited to show you guys everything. You should lead the way then, because I should. Guess you will. The free prospect dream has moved toward discovery above. Oh. The Vigilant Protector wishes to greet two distinguished guests, here for the White King and Queen's royal court summons on a matter of utmost urgency. VP, don't panic. Gosh, we're having a real hard time with that. Directly with the disaster sites always makes you nervous, even with a truce in place, and now the metaphorical heat is back on for this cycle, it seems to be burning quite hot. Who knows what will happen next? Just like you're only looking out for your side's interest or anything, You have a job to do, and that job requires a little bit of skepticism, especially in times of crisis. Oh shoot. Oh lord. Cavalry's here, I mean... Some guests you've got to escort. Cripes. Hey, this has changed twice! Okay, so first it read the cavalry's here, I'm pretty sure. Second it reads looks like you've got company, and now it's read this. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, because I'm getting a bit tired of reading. Also, my siblings will be arriving again soon, so, yeah, thanks for listening. Tell me what you thought. Tell me who your favourite Bastera character is. Some shit like that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, see you later.